Oh shit! Did I just decapitate? Can I just like wrench its head like right off of its
Brains
neck?
everywhere.
Just
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me how you do this.
Hello. During the recording of this session, we unfortunately lost my mic audio along the way. I have since re-recorded all my parts to restore the story, but please understand that some of the nuances and jokes and some of the magic got lost along the way. I hope you enjoy regardless.
Hello, and welcome to Cthulhu, Occult Origins. I'm your host, Grinning, and tonight we are presenting the season premiere of Occult Origins, Edge of Darkness. Joining me today are the lovely Operation Fire Cobra Claw and the Hungriest Clone. Let's take a moment to go around and let you introduce yourselves and tell us the characters you'll be playing tonight.
Hi, I'm Operation Fire Cobra Claw, or Cobra for short. I stream on the Twitch. Good friends with Moon and Clone, of course. I'm streaming 2 days a week now. Streaming currently Last of Us, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Who are you playing, by the way?
Oh, duh. My character's name is Ava Sinclair, and she's an exorcist who has the power of psychometry, which means she can see the memories of something by touching an object. So that's going to be a lot of fun to work with.
Hi, I'm Hunger's Clone. I'm a variety streamer, friends of these two people with very different hairstyles. Tonight I'll be playing the part of Father Joseph, a former priest turned kind of, I guess, occult detective. He has some low-level divination powers, not the greatest. But he uses them to kind of help him fumble his way through solving various mysteries and stuff.
Alright, beautiful. Now, without further ado, let's roll the trailer and set the stage for the evening. It is August 12th, 1909, 11 years before the events that shook Rockport. The waxing moon looms overhead as Boston's South End twinkles in the light. Its winding road acts as host to the forlorn stragglers of pre-dawn. A decrepit brownstone boarding house squats on one corner of these roads, its windows darkened. The pale moonlight pours through a tattered curtain into the dark, cramped studio as the shadows shift across the floor in the faint breeze. The dull roar of restless city drift in on the breeze as the faint air of sewage and exhaust fumes pour in. The room is scantily furnished with a desk piled high with books, a small unmade bed, and a wastebasket with a crumpled up final notice inside. A young woman sits against the door in the half-light, a glint of metal extending from her shaking gloved fist. Could you please give a quick description of Eva?
Eva is a young woman in distress. Short brown hair, about to her shoulders, sweat on her face. She's trying not to panic. her heart's thumping in her chest, threatening to break through straight through her ribcage. And holding what appears to be a bloody dagger, already blood dry already on the blade, tight in her hands. And walking slightly back and forth without truly noticing it.
As you pace about and finish, you pull out a worn leather suitcase from beneath the bed and absentmindedly toss in clothes, loose files, a few select books from the desk. You blink for a moment, coming back to yourself, and realize you're still holding the knife, before dropping it in the bag and continuing on. You yank the desk drawer open, and inside lies your old King James Bible. As you pull it out, you flip it open, and inside a carved out hollow is your .38 revolver. Looking at the cover stirs up lingering memories of the orphanage.
I'm staring at this Bible, shaking a bit in my hands, and in a last-minute decision, before I can stop myself, I remove one of my gloves and just lightly brush across the print on the page. And
go ahead and give me a psychometry roll. 86 out of 25.
Oh, dang it.
That's a fail. So the images flash of rows of stained beds, trays of watery oatmeal, and the pitch black, rusty water tank that you sometimes stayed in.
I'm going to, a bit panicked, flip through the pages trying to find a specific passage, one that I have revisited quite often, and in frustration just chant "come on" and try again if possible.
Okay, so basically what you're describing is what is a pushed roll in Call of Cthulhu. So what that requires is basically you have the 25, 12, and 5 values. The 25 being your normal, the 12 being your hard, and the 5 being your extreme success. So when we do a push roll, it's going to be a hard roll, so you'll need to roll a 12 or or at least half.
That was so fucking close.
I think it rounded up, but you know what? It's D100. We're not playing around with this stuff. It is, it counts. It counts. The walls of the water tank reverberate as you splash down into the waist-deep brackish water. As you stand up, the flesh in your bare feet tear on the rusty metal beneath the water with each move as images of dozens of other tormented orphans flash in your synapse. From above, the silhouetted priest drops the Bible to you. It splashes down in the water next to you.
I stir out of whatever miserable reverie I happen to be in, seeming to be the only one that notices this occur. And I, despite the pain in my feet, crawl my way toward this Bible and pick it up out of the water and stare up at the priest.
As you do this, the priest speaks from the silhouetted hatch door above. God will purge your sins and cleanse you of this devilry. Have faith, child.
I nod, eagerly, almost crying, and just whisper, "Please," as I clutch the Bible to my chest.
The hatch squeals and slams shut above you, leaving you in complete and utter darkness, and as it does so, you snap back and find yourself back in the apartment.
As this happens, I, without much conscious thought, drop the Bible onto the bed and back away from it, debating whether or not to take it with me. After what feels like forever, I shake my head and slam my suitcase shut and leave it behind forever.
Just as you finish, you hear footsteps coming from down the hall. As you grab the suitcase, you round towards the window as someone bangs on the door. As you hear this, your eyes snap open at the desk of a small studio. The light appears through the curtained window, and as you lift your head from last night's research, a piece of drool-stained scrap paper scribbled with Latin sticks to your face for a moment before drifting down to the floor.
Oh my god. Oh fuck, what was I doing?
Before you have time to wipe the sleep from your eyes, the door bangs harshly thrice more.
Come in. Sorry.
Murray, a middle-aged landlord with wispy hair and thick eyebrows, leans against the threshold, shaking his head. So I've been getting several complaints about screaming coming from your room in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry, Murray. I'll try to keep it down.
This is the third time this month. Get your shit together or get gone.
I know. I'm sorry, Murray.
The door snaps shut mid-sentence, and
Fuck.
you hear his footsteps disappear down the hall. As you check the time, it's about 6:47. You're supposed to be at the train station in like 13 minutes to meet Father Joseph.
Oh, shit. So I hurriedly pack my things, strap on a book bag across my across my body, throw the piece of paper, the books, everything I had on my desk that I could fit in there. And I hurry out of the apartment, trying to avoid Murray's eyes as I blast past him.
As you streak down the stairs and burst out into the bustling city streets, you head down the stoop and step onto the sidewalk as you see a red trolley packed with passengers rolling towards you, heading in the direction of the train station.
That wasn't the trolley I was supposed to be on, was it?
Yeah, it was. If you hurry, you can still make it, or you can just wait for the next one in like 15 minutes.
Okay. In my frenzy to not disappoint Father Joe, I'm going to try to catch the trolley as it's passing me and maybe hook onto the back if possible.
Okay. So I'm going to need a characteristic dex check from you.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. Okay. So with that, you run and dart past pedestrians and stuff as you kind of run up and reach towards the safety rail to get onto the platform. You slip on the step and rake your shin against the metal step before catching yourself and
son of a
clambering onto
bitch.
the trolley. You'll take 1 point of damage.
Major wound, just kidding.
Oh my shit! No, I can't go on. Cool. All right. So, with that, the trolley carries you to the station, and as you arrive, the aromas of coffee and cigarettes, as well as oil and metal, greet you as the black pillars of smoke drift up into the pale sky above. As you kind of step onto the platform and scan the crowds, it only takes a moment for you to pin him down and spot him in the crowd. And as you do, you make a beeline directly for him.
Oh, I'm trying to politely but hurriedly push through the crowd. Sorry. Father Joe! I'm sorry for being late. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, I've had packages come later than you.
Sorry.
At least you made it.
I was up late studying the passage you gave me.
And did you finish translating it?
Yes. I think so.
All right, well, let's get on this fucking train. We've got no time to waste.
Okay. Hey, Sally up behind him.
As you get in queue to board the train and they work your way through the line and get your tickets checked, enter the train, you enter into one of the common passage cars with one leather seats and a table in between the two seats. And as you take yours, take the bench seats opposite each other, and as the rest of the passengers come and settle in and put away their luggage, and the train begins to lurch forward and roll out of the station, you begin to make your way to Arkham. The tangled brush and marshy hills roll past the windows as the train cruises up the New England countryside.
Well, since I have you here, and I got my cards with me, should I read you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping for some change, Father Joe.
Well, just open your mind. Think of what it is. The future, the past. Let's see what we got here. I've got the Hermit, reversed. Isolation, losing one's way, loneliness.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, a little on the nose, but this deck is too good. The Fool, New Beginnings, Free Spirit, Innocence.
Now
Maybe back a couple years ago, right?
Now you're just making fun of me.
It's just the deck. I'm just the one pulling the cards. And we got the Tower. That's sudden upheaval, disaster, broken pride. Hopefully not a portent of this new job. But we'll figure out, I guess. You got any snacks in that bag? I'm fucking starving.
I hope you don't mind stale jerky.
Yeah, I've had worse.
Hands him up.
He's like, probably only had whatever stale, like, train station coffee was available. So any sort of actual factual food is probably, like, his body's like, oh, thank God. He packs it away.
So, what do you know about this job?
Well, I told you about my past. I was running from different organizations, had run-ins with some unscrupulous people. One of them reached out, and it's an opportunity I can't afford to pass up. All I know is he wants us for our skills. We get our due after the job is done. That's all I've got so far.
No upfront payment?
The payment was already paid years ago. I'm alive because of it. So it's kind of a favor, kind of not a favor, but we're we got to do the job. And if we get what we want, then we'll be all the better for it.
Will these people be causing us any trouble in the future?
I wouldn't trust them if I were you. But that's pretty par with the course.
Well, I reckon we have a bit more of a train ride too there, Father Joe, if you feel like telling a story about it.
Well, after I got out of the church, I fell in with a pretty, let's say, interesting group of people. The Order of Silver Twilight. You know, we've had our run-ins with the occasional ghost or petty spirit, but they were running with much bigger things, much more dangerous things. I was helping them with sleep research, if that makes any sense.
Oh.
Have I told you about the Dreamlands at all?
Oh, dreamwalking?
Yeah. This was back when I could, do what I did much better. It wasn't as shitty as it is now.
You're not that old, Father Joe.
I didn't say I was old, damn it. I just said it was better. But yeah, I was working on this for them, and then overnight they closed up shop and ran me out. I lost someone dear in the process, but I made it out of there with my life. And the man who I owe my life to is the one asking for the job. So that's the long and short of it. Whether it has anything to do with this dream research, the dream walking, that's probably my guess, but not sure as to the extent. So I guess we'll see. Just keep your eyes and ears open. If I give you the signal to use your power on something, I'll slip you the thing that they need to, or I'll point it out so you can, maybe get an eye on what it's all about.
You don't have anything for me now just to check out while we're here?
I got this for him. You remember a couple of weeks ago when I had to get out of town for a couple of days?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I got this thing for him, and I think we're getting rid of it somehow. I have no idea how. It's not supposed to be in anyone's hands, and it definitely should not be in yours. Do not touch this, ever. You will not be right after if you touch it. Please promise me you will not touch it.
Say no more.
He just gestures to the sack next to him in the seat.
Oh, so I don't even know it's a book. It's just it's like a sack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could
there's
I?
No way, unless he took him out.
No, yeah, it would not be out. There's no fucking way.
That's under wraps.
Oh my god.
Can I have her maybe touch my deck to see if there's just kind of like an exercise kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted the imagery, but
okay, fair. Do you want to try on the deck, Ava? Just as an exercise?
Yeah.
okay.
It's hit or miss sometimes, so.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to hone the power, so let's give it a shot. So he puts the deck, just all cards down on the table or whatever in front of her.
All right. Go ahead and give me a psychometry roll.
Oh my god. Also, I know obviously I have no idea what the character sheet's supposed to be, where the numbers just changed, because I remember psychometry being like higher, but I don't know. Okay.
Yes, that's like 30-year-old Eva. This is like 18.
That's right. Yeah, my bad.
My powers are better.
My powers, what are they? God, I suck right now.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna save it, and I'm going to. No, it's okay. I'm going to keep my hand on the deck. My eyes are closed. You can see my eyebrows are knitted with frustration, and I'm trying to catch any fleeting image I can from it, if anything.
You see, in your flashes of your synapse, a mansion on fire, a library burning, and men in white robes strewn about the floors.
I thought you were saying they were white, like the people.
Oh yeah. Most of them, yeah. It's like 3 dudes there, and it's pretty diverse for a late 1800s organization, honestly.
How nice!
Right. More than one
We
token.
got 2 guys that are white. Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Let's fucking go!
Representation.
Very, very diverse. Very diverse. So yes, you have the building's on fire, the library's burning, the men in white robes strewn about, and you see a man in a suit turn, pointing a gun at you. And just as the
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
no worries. For a moment, he pulls back, and in the last moment, you see his gun kind of hold up. He tells you to run.
Oh shit. Okay. So as I'm seeing the barrel, staring down the barrel of the gun, I kind of yank my hand away from the cards and just kind of let out a gasp at the image. And for a moment, just thinly covered in sweat, which usually kind of happens after an attempted reading, she stares at Father Joe and goes, "What happened? There was a fire, a man with a gun, a lot of white people." I'm just kidding. A lot of people in white robes.
Just so many white people.
That's all I. And that's all I got. And she's kind of rubbing at her temples when at a failed reading, it kind of takes a toll on her, and gives her a bit of a headache.
Yeah, I think you saw that was definitely the burn notice. Somebody high up in the organization decided a lot of us didn't need to be there anymore, and it was not a great time. I think he pulls out a handkerchief for her to wipe off her sweat, whatever. And he probably
And as
pulls
the
out
handkerchief touches your brow, I need a psychometry roll.
Oh, me?
Oh
No.
yes.
Fucking everything, Jesus.
I would. As a before.
As it
I would
touches
like.
your brow. Just like, another time that Father Joseph was sweating.
I hastily put my gloves back
no.
on after the reading.
Another time when he was just blowing his nose really
Oh,
down
God.
and then handed it over.
You had a diner, fork and knife. Oh my God, they ate this
Exactly.
years ago.
God, I thought you were a vegetarian, Father Joe. Betrayed.
I think he probably pulls out a vial of. Wait, this is like 1912, so maybe like.
Yeah, it's 1909.
1909, sorry. So this, like a pick-me-up.
Oh yeah, from the pharmacy?
Totally, yeah, from
Oh.
the pharmacy. Totally legal. Great for
A
headaches.
little bit of, it
just
comes with its own little scoop to...
no.
do you think?
I'm thinking like a liquid, and it's very sweet to mask some other flavors, but it's probably got some white stuff in there, along with the sugar, and then maybe some caffeine or morphine or something. Yeah, before Coca-Cola. This is more, a gentleman's pick-me-up. It's probably just, honestly, probably like some sort of mixture of like laudanum and cocaine and morphine and caffeine. But like you go from being just like, oh God, I'm so tired, to holy fuck, I can take over the world. Yeah. Basically adrenaline in any video game or whatever, right? Just like it's a stim pack. He's like, hey, if you got one of those headaches, you can take a sip of this if you want. And he like hands her like a little vial or whatever.
Oh, yes. So she just takes the vial and, like a shot, downs it.
Oh fuck!
And slides
so strong.
Slides the. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just getting a call on my watch. Slides the shot glass or vial back to Father Joe and just kind of sinks back into the chair and takes a deep breath.
Okay, I'm gonna need a con roll.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm so glad I changed my con.
No.
What are these rolls today, man?
We're getting all the bad ones out of the way. We're getting them out.
Yeah, there you go. Nailed it.
As you knock back this shot, you immediately, the side of your face starts to droop as you kind of like wall a little bit, and you feel a tingle goes from your fingertips down to your toes and backwards.
It's just supposed to.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to shoot straight through your veins. Hey, kid, and he kind of like it's like Poppy, you know, like just let it go through you. You'll be good in a second.
God.
And it takes a little bit of time for the tingles to dissipate. It does this about 3 or 4 times before you finally able to kind of like regain your senses and just kind of sit there for the next few
Father Joe, what's in that? Where did you get that?
Well, a doctor gave it to me, so it's obviously good for you.
Must be. Oh my god.
So as the train heads towards Arkham, and you sober up from whatever Father Joseph just gave you, the train rolls to a stop in Arkham Station, and a select few people get up from their seats and begin to disembark. And as you step out onto the platform, and the orange evening sky and a shrill chorus of crying cicadas greet you on the small platform. Looking around, people dissipate back to their cars and greeted by family members and stuff like that. And as the platform empties, you notice a raven black-haired woman in a black and white summer dress, tortoiseshell shades, holds a placard with the name Father Joseph written on
it. All right, I guess this is for us. Let's go.
Who is she, Father Joe?
This is just our ride.
She nods and beckons you to follow, leading you to a Rolls Royce in the dirt parking lot. As she opens the door, she kind of scoffs at the look of it because it's all muddy and dirty from the thing. She kind of scowls. As you kind of clamber inside, she rounds back around to the front and enters the driver's seat and starts the car and rolls off the lot. As you roll down Main Street and past the last few shops, she takes a left onto the bridge out of town before speaking. Mr. Blackwood thanks you for your assistance in this matter. I am Deandra.
Is this a closed roof car or open roof?
It is a closed roof.
Okay.
It also has privacy curtains you can pull.
I'm Ava.
Shut if you want to.
Ooh.
Okay. I definitely shut those. And then light up a cigarette, because that seems like a thing he would do. And he cranks the window just a bit.
Okay, so as you just head over the bridge leaving Arkham, she turns to you and says, Mr. Blackwood thanks you for your assistance in this matter. I am Deandra. Her eyes in the rearview mirror flit to Eva for a moment, raising an eyebrow a little bit before continuing on. There is an unsecured entity on site. we have found it able to manipulate objects and manifest illusions in some subjects. Other abilities are currently unconfirmed at this time. We did have a incident that started, but it is mainly handled, so all we need you to do is your part. With all that said, are you prepared for the ritual?
I've got the stuff for the ritual, and she's got the stuff for the banishment. So we're ready.
Wonderful, she says, as she continues driving. You notice a bit of sweat bead on her temple before running down her neck. It is located in a small cabin outside of town. It's been recently relocated, so we'll have to park nearby and walk there.
Would I be able to see if she's on the up and up about all that she's saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You would just need to roll a psychology roll.
Okay. The green dice, right?
Correct. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, sure.
Yes. He may have done this once or twice.
I got all the skills.
So you get the air that she's being honest with you. It's
Okay.
just what you picked up there was just
Anxiety?
yeah, it was a
confusion.
little bit
Okay.
anxiety, but
Okay.
mostly confusion. She just didn't know how to articulate how this particular thing happened. So it's
Okay.
less her being dishonest and her just not being able to explain it, you know?
Okay.
So yeah, nothing malicious, just
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
But I just noticed that she seems nervous and that she's sweating and ask her.
Yeah, if you want to roll a psychology roll, you can do the same thing. We'll see what you can gauge off.
Get those failed rolls out of here.
Please. Bruh.
Well, alright. So you won't have all the information that Father Joseph has, but you can gather at least that she seems a little nervous. You definitely saw the sweat beading, so you can pick up that much.
Okay.
And if you wanted to make a move based on
Can
that.
I ask her if she's feeling okay based off of that? Okay. She's like, are you feeling all right, Deandra?
I'm fine, my dear.
Okay. Just
You wouldn't happen to have anything to drink, would you?
She kind of looks in the rearview mirror. So there's a bar back there. Feel free to treat yourself.
You know, Father Joe, if the spirits don't get you, the smokes and the liquor will.
It's cognac.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
He definitely takes it and is not happy. But he'll take some of it, you know, just because it's the spirits, right, Eva?
If you say so.
So, as you continue on the journey, the minutes roll by as the woods roll by your windows. The paved road slowly becomes cobblestone, and the cobblestone road slowly turns to a dirt road as the wilds going by the car windows grow more dense and twisted as you progress. As the night creeps into the evening sky, Deandra rolls to a stop on the side of the dirt roads, and after a moment you see the hint of an overgrown footpath serpentining deeper into the woods.
This looks promising.
Here we are. Follow me, Deandra says as she steps out.
Alright, well, let's go.
She rounds to the boot, drawing out a lantern and lighting it before handing it to Father Joseph. As she rummages around, she retrieves a paper grocery bag before closing the trunk and pressing forward into the tangled thicket.
Is that your lunch?
More like a last meal, maybe.
I think Father Joseph is like, kind of rolls his eyes at the vaguely Bible-y sentiment of a last dinner. I think he definitely mutters like Christ under his breath. And
As you head down the footpath, the trees are dense and clustered together, and the canopy above blocks out all but the faintest hues of the red sky above. Feels like traveling back in time as you proceed beneath the dark boughs of primordial trees, seemingly forever. There is no bird song in the trees, just the guttural groans of twisted branches swaying on the wind. As you exit into a clearing, the setting sun paints sanguine hues in the sky above as you look before you. An ancient shack sits atop an odd mound of dirt. A faint glow of firelight emanates from its cracked and shattered windows. As you approach, you note that the soil and grass of the mound does not match the surrounding landscape.
I guess this is the place. Deandra, are you going to stay with us here, or are you headed back to the car?
No, I'm staying with you until the end.
All right.
She said ominously. Just vague, ominous statements.
We
Yes.
like.
As you approach, you note that the soil and the grass of the mound does not match the surrounding landscape. With a glance, you spot a rusty wheelbarrow, an overgrown garden, and a broken well on the side of the yard. This kind of draws your eyes to the soil, and you notice that they are literally different colors.
And I think Father Joseph's gonna like bend down and like grab some and kind of like rub it between his fingers, just to kind of get a gist of it. I don't know what that would be though. Maybe
Natural world?
yeah, probably right.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, they're so close.
Oh. Well, now's a good time to bring up the luck mechanic. So basically, you can spend a little bit of luck if you have a close success to make it a success.
Ooh.
So yeah, if you go to your luck, it should be in your top left of your page. We'll roll for that. A D100.
No. Okay.
So, and that will be your luck score.
Me too.
Yep.
Hey.
So go ahead.
Could be better.
So go ahead and plug those in, and you can basically use those points to kind of push.
Oh, and you
a
can
failed
use
roll.
it to modify rolls.
Yeah, and
Nice. Yeah, I
make
forgot about that.
a loss of success.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, nice. All right. So with that, you know that.
So you have 48 points to work with,
Yeah.
or okay.
And you have 30. And you have 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that?
And it is a it's a finite resource.
Okay.
So
Get luck back? Oh, You must
it's
have me mistaken
not
with
a thing.
another GM.
You can get sanity back, but just not luck. But with that said, you do notice that the two dirts are just, one's like a reddish soil and the other
Oh,
one's
it was
more
like trucked in or
liquid
whatever?
gray. Trucked in is something, but the logistics of it, it's almost like it was dropped here. Or, I mean, if you roll me a cold roll,
Yeah, why not? All the rolls. Oh shit! God damn it! All right, I'll spend
Okay.
the. What is that? 9? No. I'm
yeah,
good at math,
9.
right? Yeah, 9.
Bad math Asians.
Whoa!
Whoa. With that, it is you find this residue that's kind of like a sappy ichor that is very lightly sprinkled among the dirt. And as you kind of smell it, smells kind of like a mixture of pus and sulfur. And you know this to be a substance left over from essentially plane shifting or teleportation.
What you got, Father Joe?
So, I've told you about observation. What's different about this? What do you see?
Different dirt?
Yeah, that's it. It's different dirt. And he like has her hold her hand out and just kind of like smears some of it across her hand where she can like see the residue. On the glove, probably. I don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, hey, surprise! Look at this. I'm a real piece of shit.
And I bring it up to my nose and say, "Ugh, it smells awful."
Yeah. It's portals. They had it portaled in.
Wipe it off my pants.
As kids do.
All right. Well, let's get in there, I guess.
So, after you're done inspecting the different soils, you make your way up to the cabin, moving up the dirt mound. And as you approach, you can see that there's a fire going in the hearth from outside. And as Deandra kind of steps in ahead of you onto the stoop and produces a key, it rattles in the lock for a moment before turning over with a satisfying click as she pushes open the door. It squeals on its rusty hinges as the sound of the fireplace crackles inside. The scents of acrid cigarette smoke, stale coffee, and sweet copper greet you as you enter the large parlor, the walls lined with filing cabinets. Deep runic wards carve the wood trusses above the doors and around the perimeter of the cabin. On the back wall, there is a brass gramophone and an oaken grandfather clock that furnish the wall near the hearth as the fire crackles inside.
I thought you were about to say an oaken Father Joseph. Oh, they got a statue right here.
Yes. It's left over from the old times. But inside, a tired old man sits with a salt-pepper beard in the flickering firelight. He smokes a cigarette and stares pensively in the flames. As you approach, he, without turning, says, "Hello, Michael."
Arthur. Didn't think I'd be seeing you.
I kind of give Father Joseph a sidelong glance at the name. but don't
And he
say
just kind of
anything.
like, he kind of does one of these.
As this occurs, Deandra kind of passes into the kitchen, sets down the paper grocery bag, and retrieves a fresh loaf of bread from the paper bag, and before retreating back to the front door and lighting up a cigarette of her own. Arthur exhales, breathing the smoke off to the side before asking, "Who might this be?"
I'm Ava Sinclair, sir.
My name is Arthur Blackwood. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
He gets up and gingerly ambles into the kitchen. Don't mind me, I just wanted a little bit of fresh bread and jam before. Well, he trails off, beginning to slice the bread and cracking open jarred preserves, spreading them on the bread.
I think Father Joseph walks up to him and takes the wrapped tome and places it on the counter. And he kind of like leans in and he's like, "Do you mean to do what I think you mean to do?"
Well, we cannot well stand by and do nothing while this remains within reach.
As long as it's not in his hands.
That is the general idea.
Okay. I guess, what would he be making the circle out of? Chalk or salt?
You have
or?
some binding chalk you made before. You have a couple sticks of it.
Okay. Is it like that chalk that the physicists like from the Japanese company?
Oh yeah, you totally got the recipe smuggled to you, and you made your own concoction and mix of it. It has the perfect blend of just the amount of
Right.
ingredients you need.
You know they make that out of crushed oysters?
Oh yeah, that's why it's so strong. Yeah, it all kind of locks in together.
Right. So he sets about his work. I think he's been working on this for so long, he doesn't even have like a guide. He's not even like looking at it like, oh, this is what I need to draw here. Like he's just doing it all from memory, kind of. And he writes out a huge circle. It's like, I think if Ava's ever seen him do this, they've only worked on circles for ghosts before, or, you know, kind of minor spirits and minor imps or whatever, and those have been like maybe one, maybe two rings of runes and stuff, but this is like 6 or 7, and he's just like she's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, never seen this level of.
As he's doing it, she's taken out a leather journal to keep notes and do a mimic of the circles he's doing, just to keep it for future reference, because she has never seen it before. And out of confusion, as she keeps making circles,
He's like
in this
see
journal,
arrow, see next page.
you know, I was like, Father Joe, what are you doing?
It needs to be this strong. Just trust me. Yeah, take notes if you need. Like, you might need this in the future.
Whatever it is, I hope we're ready.
As Father Joseph prepares the ritual circle, Blackwood unfurls the package and shakes his head for a moment before rewrapping it and finishing off his snack of
What a treat.
as he finishes up, he wraps up the parcel, as it were, and in his arms and walks towards you. He kicks aside a rug, and underneath it reveals a hatch door in the middle of the floor. The entity lies below. The cabin is safe as long as the wards stay up, he says, gesturing to the runic wards above the doors and around the perimeter. When we cross over, there'll be a small window for you to start the ritual before it returns.
Very well.
At midnight, the stars will be in place to get started. For now, all we have to do is finish this circle and wait.
Alright. What time is it now?
It is about 9:30? 9:30-ish, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can just fast forward if we need to.
I think he, ironically, like Ava's King James with the 38 in it, I think his tarot card carrying case is literally also a hollowed out Bible. This is all pretense, you know, the priest kind of thing. He's all like, not to give you a literal library in your bag there, but I want you to have these. In the Bible is the notes for all of the cards, if you can't remember, both the reverse and the upright readings. Yeah, I've kind of overused them, so I figured maybe you could find better use for them.
Hopefully, if I ever do my own reading, I can see some different cards next time.
Yeah,
Puts
put it
her-
on the nose. But you know, it's a good deck. It's never steered me wrong. So
He gingerly puts it in her pack. Make sure that in between stuff so it doesn't rustle it around. And so they don't scatter everywhere. And since we're waiting, this is a last minute character thing, Mike, if that's cool. But I sit on one of the, I guess, love seats since we're waiting, and pull out my journal and do a very quick, crude sketch of Arthur Blackwood as he's, you know, chowing down on his toast, and just write the words trust ? And continue to sketch it out to have for the future.
Okay.
Toast man.
So, as the time passes, the circle is drawn. You continue notating it in your book as you go. Oh, yeah. What's up?
I guess just to, since we're waiting, I did want to ask, since I'm just sketching away in my book, and Father Joe is still going about his preparations. Without looking up, I ask, "Hey, Father Joe, why did you get into this business?" Because she's never asked, and she's feeling a bit of there's a bad feeling in her gut, and she wants to make sure she asks.
Well, back in my ute, when I was full of piss and vinegar, I don't know. I got kind of wrapped in with all the new science that was coming out, and I mean, shit, electricity and all these new machines and stuff coming in. I wanted to be part of it. I wanted to figure out how the world worked, but the more I delved, the more I realized that it wasn't just math and science and logic and everything. There was something underneath roots of a tree that just grew into the earth beyond sight and beyond understanding of humanity. So once I found out, it was hard for me not to be part of it. And then through all that, I dream walked, I went to the dream world. I met and saw things, met people, saw things that I probably wouldn't have understood had I not done my research and met and found other people who are part of this understanding. So, and like I said, once you're in, you can't get out. Can you unread a book? Can you unsee a movie? Can you unhear a song? I mean, maybe when I get to that age and it all just starts fuddling off, then yeah, maybe I'll be more happy, but here I am.
You know, every time we do a job, I ask myself whether or not I want to unsee the shit we've seen. And I come to the conclusion every time that I don't. And I don't know that I've ever thanked you for showing me what the world really looked like.
I mean, look, I've been kind of a piece of shit about it, you know. I'm not pulling any punches. I've been dragging you around from job to job and, you know, kind of put you in the fire, you know. But I felt like when I saw you that first time, and I knew you were seeing something when you touched that car on the street. I could tell something was going on. So I figured, teach this kid, or else she's just it's gonna get bad. So.
Well, you may have been an ornery bastard sometimes, but I hope someday I can live a long life and become an ornery bastard myself to some poor little kid.
Continue the cycle, that's how it works.
Blackwood sits pensively staring into the flames as he smokes one last cigarette, sets the book down on the chair, walks over to Joseph as he takes a black stone ring off his finger and hands it to Father Joseph with a knowing look as time ticks on towards midnight. And with that, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll pick up the rest of the session and finish out the ritual. Alright, and after a short break, we returned and we reset the scene. As midnight approaches, the room is silent aside from the grandfather clock's ticking. Arthur breaks the silence with a deep breath before standing up with the book in his hands. He steps forward and with a wave of one hand, the hatch door swings open violently, and an unnatural shadow coalesces at the threshold. He leans over, offering the parcel to the shadow as an offering, and as he does, smoky tendrils reach up to grab it and pull it in as it sinks in, disappearing into the mass. He turns around and takes a seat once more, producing a vial of black liquid from his jacket pocket before popping off the cork and knocking it back. As he throws the vial to the side, you notice that it is pretty much more or less the same kind of vial that Father Joseph was toting around a little bit before there, you know, from the pharmacy. He nods to you one last time as his eyelids kind of begin to grow heavy very quickly, and before you know it, his head droops slightly and he dozes off in the seat. A few moments pass, nothing happens. But after about a minute, the shadow that was coalesced at the cellar door disappears with a blink almost. You take this opportunity as your window to begin the ritual. So I'm going to need a con or power check from you, and 2 magic points from each of you.
Not power.
Fuck. All right. Well, I got 3 points to spend for that.
Bruh, okay, so 7,
You got 7
right?
points?
Or do I want to just use... I have that one roll for me.
You got luck. Oh, actually, I guess you don't have much luck, huh?
5, so I'll use... 7 of my 32 luck, then.
So I guess you can hear Father Joseph just kind of muttering over this ring. He's like, Al-Ahmaru, the Red One, bound to this ring with the 7 seals of Solomon forged from the font of brass, I command you. Al-Ahmaru, the Red One, bound to the ring with the 7 seals of Solomon forged from the font of brass, I command you.
As this happens, the clock strikes 12. A shadow darts across the floor, and the gramophone begins to play. Shadowy figures begin to dart up the walls and windows outside as you continue your chanting in the flickering light of the fireplace. Deandra looks bemused as she stands guard at the front door, drawing her weapon. Above you, you hear the sound of gnawing and scratching begin, muffled at first. But as the minutes pass, the noise slowly swells into a muffled cacophony of hissing, raving, and scurrying. Eventually, the ceiling erupts as plaster wood and rotting critters fall onto you in the ritual circle, spreading debris, blood, and corpses as they fall. Causing lines to be made in the circle and disturbing the sanctity of it. One of you needs to roll occult to fix the circle as the other continues chanting.
Let me get that.
I will continue to chant in place and try my best to ignore what's going. Oh my god! Holy shit! Damn.
Okay. As you do this, you clear the debris, scattering it off the circle, and begin drawing the lines again as Eva continues chanting. I need sanity rolls from both of you. Well, maybe just Eva, because Father Joseph's seen this before. So go ahead and roll me a sanity roll.
Yay!
You did
Nice.
it.
All right, that's a success. So you'll just take one point of sanity damage loss rather than having to roll a d4. So that's good to go. Like I said, as Father Joseph clears the circle, he begins redrawing the lines. Eva, after the incident, continues chanting and maintains the chant, and the ritual continues. It's about 12:30 that ticks around, and I'm going to need power and con checks from each one of you, as well as 2 magic points.
So we've spent 5 magic so far?
Yes. That is correct. As you continue, the area around the circle is littered with debris and decaying critters, and the unconscious Arthur Blackwood is still sleeping in the chair. Deandra sits by the front door, ready. And as you continue on, I need a listen check from you, real quick.
Oh god, why is he so bad at listening?
Because he's an old man.
Oh.
Doesn't know how to listen anymore.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna concentrate here.
so anyway, as the ritual continues, the chant continues to harmonize. You feel the energy in the room. Deandra kind of speaks up. Hate to interrupt, but I think there's something crawling in the grass outside.
They wouldn't be able to do much anyway, right? Even if somebody was coming?
Yeah, you can. You're not anchored to the spot. Yeah, and as long as one of you is chanting, even if it gets interrupted, as long as one is going, you're good.
Okay.
Ooh, I would, as Father Joe is chanting, I ask, Father Joe, who the hell is that? And immediately start chanting again right after.
So,
I think he'll take the quick break to look out and see if he knows or sees what it is approaching.
as you kind of look out the window, you can't really see what it is. All you can see is that there's a parting in the tall grass.
Fuck.
If you did like a spot hidden or had a light, it'd be a little better.
Does he have anything that he could do or throw or I'm thinking anything smoke bomb, just warding, other than the circle, is the house isn't warded at all, or the cottage isn't really warded at all, right?
There's wards all around the perimeter.
Oh, it is, okay.
Above the doors and stuff.
Right, you're right. Would he, because he sees, even just grass parting, you're saying it's just parting in front of whatever is walking toward the house, right?
Yeah, it's being it's like something's crawling through the grass.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely gonna be. If he's got something like a
flashlight,
some sort of
or a lantern. You can just do a spot
Yeah.
hidden, or if you have a light source, you can just kind of shine out there. It is midnight, so past midnight. Okay.
Ooh.
With that, you see.
he's got old good eyes. If he's got anything on him, like a flash bomb or something, the equivalent of a mystical stink bomb, kind of alchemical something, just to ward the fuck out of whatever that is, because that doesn't look good. Even if it's a fucking wolf, it doesn't matter. Anything to fuck this up is gonna be bad.
Yeah, you can have the holy hand grenade or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or a kerosene
probably.
base, not a kerosene base, but a nitroglycerin
Hey,
base.
my luck is so low now.
Hey, go ahead and roll a luck check to see if you accidentally pack.
Can I modify that by reducing my luck?
You can, but unfortunately it continued
No.
lower, and you just constantly be stuck.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Damn you, math.
It's you just forgot to pack it. You know exactly where it is. You can see it. It's right there, sitting on your nightstand next to your toothbrush. You grabbed the toothbrush, but you didn't grab that.
Right. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, fuck me." And he goes back to Ava, and he's like, "You got something to stop whatever the fuck." Oh, and what did I see, by the way? What was I?
Oh yes. So in the tall grass, kind of crawling on the ground, you see a man in a suit, obviously hurt,
Oh my god.
making his way to the house. He lifts his head and calls from the house. No. His face is streaked with blood.
Fuck. Deandra, can you keep an eye out on that guy? I don't know who it is. If you know who it is, help him out if he's someone on your side, but he's not. Don't fucking let him in the house. Don't say, come in. Don't go outside. Don't help him. Just keep him the fuck out of here.
Okay. You're the boss.
Ava, you got any flashbangs or anything? I'll hop in the ritual chant as I'm done saying this sentence, and he just starts chanting where I should have.
Well, I frantically rummaged through my bag, heart pounding and sweat pouring down my face as my eyes keep glancing out the window, and perhaps find something. Oh,
Good luck.
no.
Just roll me luck. Hopefully you stash something in your
Come
bag.
on, yeah, baby!
He did! Oh, shit. Nice. So you kind of rummage around in your bag, and there's nothing in the main sack, but you find in one of the side pouches a little secret stash that Father Joseph, and you pull it out, and you realize that it's a nitroglycerin-based explosive handcrafted device inside.
Nice.
Oh
Delightful.
my god. So I'm just like, God damn it, Father Joe, and then I run to a nearby window, crack it open. I guess activate it. I don't know how flashbangs are activated, and then kind of roll it out in front of the guy, and then shut the window and avert my eyeballs.
As you do this, there's a large explosion.
Dynamite only being invented just about 50 years ago.
And as this kind of blinding light goes off, you get a little bit of a ringing in your ears for a moment as it goes off, and as you kind of like peer through the window, you see a blackened area and a smoked corpse that has been more or less disintegrated with the blast. Its body left blackened and charred, still smoking.
Oh my god! As Father Joe's continuing the ritual, I whip around to Deandra and ask, "What the fuck is going on?"
I have no honest idea that you guys are the experts. This is why we brought you to handle this.
I look around the home to see if there might be anything I can use, weapon-wise, or what. Maybe a gun atop the mantelpiece. I'm just kidding.
As you so happens, there does seem to be a weapon at the mantle. It is a fire poker.
Perfect.
They have all the multiple weapons, though all the kind of like different accoutrements. Even you can kind of even use the little shovel if you needed to.
Oh, great. What is my... Oh.
You should also have your...
38.
Yeah, your 38 in your Bible.
Oh, yes. Okay, I see. I will... Ooh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and run to the fireplace, pick up the poker, and toss it over to Deandra. And be like, all right, hired muscle, let's go.
like a weighted billy club with like he's liberally splashed with holy water or something, or maybe carve some runes on or something.
Well, before we use any of that, I'm going to... You said it was the back door while we're hearing knocks and shit?
and fists.
Oh yeah. It's like, this is the Father and the Holy Ghost. Let's go.
Yeah.
Meet my father and son.
Holy Ghost, baby.
So as you round to the back, Eva, and pull your gun, fire. I just need a firearms roll from you.
Sweet. If I can first, if they're knocking on that back door there, am I able to shove some furniture in front of it, like the couch, or knock the precious grandfather clock over in front of it?
Yeah, you can absolutely just run over and heft the grandfather clock. You're like, I'm sick of this thing ticking. You can do that, and then that kind of blocks off the door. You kind of one of the zombie's arms are already out, and it kind of catches it and snaps it grossly, and it kind of hangs limply. Doesn't deter it too much. It continues to kind of reach up and continue trying to claw at the ward above.
The lock?
No, the ward above.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
Do I have to be near the circle to keep the ritual going, or can I just be uttering the...
Oh, no. It's kind of it's active at this point.
Oh,
so
the ritual's good? Like, we don't have to chant no more?
You're still chanting, but for the sake of combat,
I'm definitely
keeping things
chanting.
Nice and loose. That way you don't have to just...
Could I make an occult roll to see what or would it be occult to know what the grass parting away from the corpse would be?
Oh, that would be just another corpse. Probably.
Oh, it's another corpse.
Most likely.
Okay. Yeah. They're just corpses. Okay, that's cool. Well, I'm gonna go over there and try to bust the other arm of the corpse buster through the window by Ava.
Okay. As you do this, you kind of go ahead and give me an attack roll.
This?
Yeah, I just... Oh, no. That has everything in it.
Oh.
You're good.
Nice.
So as you kind of come in with the club, what's going on in my soundtrack?
Nice.
As you, it's running through, you kind of crack it in the elbow as many times as you can, and it kind of just shatters and falls back.
Ugh.
Still alive, it kind of just keeps thrusting its body and torso against the door, trying to get its way in.
Fair enough. Will the wards keep them away unless they scratch them? Do I know that?
These
Probably.
can pass through the wards, but it does work on the entity itself from getting in here, messing up your days.
Oh.
Okay.
Cheater.
So they can actively just reach in and try to destroy them.
Oh. Can I pull the corpse into the room?
Yeah, if you can, if you want to. I'm going to stop you.
Okay, so I'll just pull it fully into the room.
As you pull it into the room, it kind
my
of falls
God,
to the floor, flat on its back.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. In a sort of panic, in an attempt to save bullets, Eva snatches the poker back away from Eva and attempts to stab at the head of the thing as Father Joe pulls it in.
Okay. So I just need a quick fighting brawl, if you don't mind.
Fighting brawl. This right.
Oh,
Is that it?
that's a hit. That is a
Oh,
hit. That's an extreme
Did I
success.
just decapitate? Can I just like wrench its head like right off of its
Brains everywhere.
Just
Yeah. Go ahead and tell me how you do this. Just
so I take the poker, stab it right through its head, and just for good measure, I wrench it back and rip the head right off of its neck, and then
Girl.
like a samurai, just like whip the head right off. It slops right off into the corner of the room.
across the floor
Yeah.
into the corner. As this you do this, the head rolls into the corner, comes to a stop, kind of staring at you with the cloudy eyes, as the body kind of slumps down limply to the floor. As this happens, the window smashes in on the other side, and Deandra begins kind of like fighting off one of the corpses that is trying to pry off ward above.
Okay.
And
How you doing, Deandra?
shoots them 3 times. Oh, handling it, dear.
Wow, it's so far away.
And the zombie's brains splatter on her nice dress, and she scoffs.
So the one in the back is dealt with, and there's one
There are
still at the front. Is that it?
4.
Oh, there's 4?
There's 4 total. So you have the one in the front and one in the back still.
Oh, she.
Okay. I'm assuming I don't have a ranged weapon on me. Although maybe he's probably also got... Would he have a firearm as well, or no?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, why not? Let me, What's the damage for that?
Take a D6.
D6, alright.
More flesh.
Damn, my club is the shit.
Got them runes.
Alright, so I guess he'll look out the window and see the one coming out the back and try to pop shots. Ah, man. Well, I can manage 1 luck point for that.
That doesn't work on
Yeah.
combat.
Oh, I
rolls.
can't do it on combat.
Yeah.
Can't do it on combat.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's
Sorry.
fine.
So the shots go off, and it kind of near misses, kind of wings his ear. Bit of blood splatter, but nothing really happens.
I'm actually okay that I missed because that was only 1 damage anyway. So.
It's fair. So as the zombie kind of takes the shot and continues forward, he smashes through the windshield, and he reaches up. We're gonna roll a D100. Oh, 1.
Fuck.
So yeah, he reaches up and just wrenches down the board with the ward on it, and just hucks it, and just kind of holds it in his hand, brandishing it almost like a weapon. As this occurs, you begin to hear a howling come from deep within the woods, almost like a tornado.
From the back or from the front?
From the back, right where the ward was coming from.
Oh, okay.
Was removed, I should say. And with that, Cobra.
Well, I'm going to try to take a shot at it. Is there a way that I can replace the ward should I succeed with killing the thing? Or is that...
Yeah. The ward is just a nailed-on board, so you can put it on.
I see.
I mean, I would probably try to lift it up, right?
Or is it completely shattered, like it's gone?
No, the board is just removed that had the rune on it, so you can easily, the nails are still there and stuff, you can easily just, hammer it back into a place with your tools or even a fist.
Okay, well, I'm gonna fire a shot at its head then, or
okay.
And try my luck that way.
All right, give me a firearms roll. Firearms handgun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that works.
We just, completely whiffs, so that's fine.
Yeah, it kind of shoots past and hits the back wall. With that, Father Joseph, the zombie that you shot at and missed is kind of takes the board and kind of swings at you. And with that, I'm just going to go ahead and get a little roll in here. Roll a D100.
Probably, yeah.
So we can do an opposed check. You just need to beat 79.
Well, I want to get lower, right?
Yeah, you want to get lower.
Yeah.
Nice. Even a hard check. Yep, this guy has no chance. All right, so I just need you to roll me. Can you roll me the attack roll for the weapon so that we can see what damage it will do for the counterattack?
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Yeah. 8 damage.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
So as you he swings in, you whack his arm, and he basically...
Does it drop the board?
Yeah. He'll drop the board kind of inside.
Nice.
As it kind of clambers to the floor and skids off to the side. As you kind of see this...
Nice.
You see that his arm's kind of broken.
Well, I see that Father Joe has the corpse distracted. I try to shoot past it and go after the board it threw behind it.
Okay. Well, the board's inside, off to the side.
It's detached from the wall.
Yeah.
You said, right? So is it like I just need to pin it back up, or like?
Yeah, you just...
Yeah,
you'll just need to we'll do like a strength roll, and then you can use like either a tool you find around. You might be able to roll luck to find like a hammer or something laying around.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So
and then you'll be able to pin it back up. It's got
don't you worry. So I kick over a table so I can have I kick a table under where I need to go so I can climb up it. And while I have this sign up, I use the butt of my 38 to try to hammer it in frantically, and get it back up there so the wards keep the ward happens.
Okay.
Okay.
As you kind of hammer it back in place.
Strength.
I just need a strength roll. Yeah.
Do I want to succeed this? For sure. I think I do. And because the luck is like, that's all I get from the campaign, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, so I don't know if I
There
want...
is the Hand of Fate. You can always use that.
Hey, let's put it this way. I have so many channel points. We can set you up with fate dice.
Yeah.
Well,
that is always an option. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my strength's like
Because think about it, you have to if you want to have the item or have something on you, you have to test luck. So if you're draining that, that's going to be even harder and even harder as you go.
Yeah, or you could just be prepared,
Yeah. I mean, but
Prepare?
who does that? Clearly not Father Joseph.
Right?
I mean,
Right?
fuck,
than
I
one
left it on the fucking nightstand. Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ensure that I succeed and establish the ward.
Okay. So we're using the fate dice then?
Yeah.
Alright. So with that, as the corpse falls in front of you, and Eva, you bang up the board above. It seats in, wobbles a little bit, but it more or less stays. You kind of let it go, and it continues staying, so you're good. And as this happens, the howling in the distance begins to kind of cease. And
Nice.
on the other side of the cabin, you have Deandra, who wrenches a corpse inside and just pops off three shots into its head, finishing it off. As the dust settles,
Poor Deandra.
she kind of looks down at her dress, and it's just covered in guts and grime and gore, and she kind of dusts it off. And another ruined dress. As all this happens and things settle down, the chanting continues, and your kind of throats kind of grow hoarse. Deandra kind of comes to you and begins to kind of pass around a canteen of water to keep you going with the chanting.
The red one.
So yeah, she passes it to Eva and Joseph.
Thank you.
Is it? Oh, what is this? Water? I don't touch the stuff. Fish shit in it.
Father Joe, drink.
Perfect. So, as the clock kind of passes to 12:50, the chanting continues as you feel the temperature drop and the air thin. While this happens, a dark cloud of swirling vortex begins to coalesce inside the circle amid the flames and billowing smoke. Among the haze, a silhouetted figure begins to take form, and as the haze clears, a boy, no older than 8, stands before you. His eyes are the same eyes as Father Joseph's, and they look up to you with a mixture of pity and disappointment.
Gregory. No. It can't be.
Pa, please, I just want to go home. Please.
I think he literally puts his hand up and he's like closing his eyes, and he wants this really bad, but he knows it can't be real.
Yeah, okay. With that,
Am I still chanting, or are we done
yes,
with that?
yeah. No, you're still chanting.
So as I see Father Joe reaching out as I'm chanting, I'm trying to like give him this look of desperation while I grab his arm and just kind of give him a slight tug while I continue this chant.
Go ahead and give me a sanity roll, please, Father Joseph.
Hell yeah, boy! Did it work? It did. Oh shit.
With that, go ahead and roll me a D8 and hope it's not a 5. Don't roll a 5.
Don't roll more than a 5.
Don't
I'll
roll
try
more than
not
5.
to.
3?
I got a 3.
Nice. All right. So, as you feel yourself kind of giving in a little bit, and as kind of Eva grabs onto your shirt, it steels yourself, and you're able to kind of take a step back and kind of reground yourself. With that, I need
hard con, and power checks from both of you, and 2 magic points.
From both of us? Okay.
Yes, please.
Ooh,
Extreme!
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Question.
Very nice.
You probably considered this. What happens if I run out of magic?
You'll have a very intense magic. It's very intense headache. Basically, you'll have a magic migraine. But you'll be exhausted.
Oh, sweet. Great.
Just pop
You
one
can
of
always
those,
get
I have one, so...
Okay, you're good.
Whoa, 1. Get on my level. I got 10 left.
I am much an acolyte and apprentice.
So, as you step back from him, his eye sheds one tear before his neck lolls back, and the boy's tongue begins to extend outward, unspooling him from the inside out. The lantern goes out as you hear his body writhe in the darkness.
Oh my god.
Before flaying into a swirling, smoky mass of tendrils and glowing crimson eyeballs.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Go ahead and give me a
I
sanity.
think he's definitely tearing up here. Fuck yeah, I am the most sane.
I just...
Well, what, you never seen a flayed child before?
What?
That's actually
Right?
very...
Isn't that part of the regular training? Like, God, what is this, amateur hour over here? I do need a
Well-
D8
100 eyeballs.
from
A
Eva.
D8.
Oh, God,
Just
yeah.
any
Roll
D8.
higher than a 7.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
don't roll higher than a 5.
Please.
Oh, yeah. Yay!
Yeah. Okay.
Sanity 3 loss, yeah!
As the ritual reaches its peak, an inky black maw with eyes of pure light opens above the circle as the mass of tendrils swirls up into its vacuum. As the eye's light blinds, you hear a discordant microtonal harmony emanate from the maw for a moment before silence. The room immediately warms again and becomes easy to breathe once more. As the dust settles and you look about, you notice that all the debris from the plaster and all the damage that was done during the ritual is now gone. And even the ritual circle has disappeared on the floor. Deandra quickly heads to Blackwood to check his vitals and confirms that he's still unconscious but alive. As she turns, she looks to you, Eva, and gives you a affirming nod before her eyes flick over to Father Joe.
Is that it?
I think it's done. I need to go. I can't be here. Deandra can show you what needs to be done next. She'll help you. She'll take you to the next job. I have to go. And I think he has like a little thread that maybe you've seen on his wrist before. Like it's like maybe at one time it was part of like a shirt or something, but it's like long since frayed to just like a single thread, and he rips it off his hand and drops it to the ground and walks out into the night without any other word.
I try to call for him, but he doesn't seem to hear me. And I watch him toss this piece of cloth on the ground. I follow him out the door and I continue to call for him. Father Joe, come back!
I think he's like, he almost knows where he needs to walk. Like, it's not back towards where the car was. Like, he's going maybe let's say we came from the south? He's going like almost due west. And he's just trudging out into like the forest or whatever. And like maybe even if you try to follow him, like you literally can't even see like his footsteps just eventually just go. Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
if you don't mind. I'll so as Father Joseph heads out into the woods, he at first ignores Eva's calls, and of course Eva chases. And as her persistence continues and he continues to ignore her, he begins to push her away, slapping away her advances and her grabs. Eventually, he barks, "Stop it! Stay. You can't follow." And he, as she kind of stays back for a moment, he continues on. And, looks to the side, takes a deep, heavy sigh, and makes one last reluctant look back before walking out of sight behind one of the trees. Of course.
Okay. What the Father Joe?
As you kind of run up to meet him where he had just disappeared, there's no sign of him. And as you spend the next 15 minutes searching the surrounding area, there's not even a footprint is left of him. And eventually...
Hold up. So, as I'm starting to... My heart's starting to pound, and there's no sight of him, not even any signs of his footsteps. The only thing that I can think to do is retrace my steps back to the house, and the entire time I'm muttering to myself, "You said you weren't ever gonna leave me." And I'm beside myself with panic, knowing what to do. I go back to the house, and I notice once again the cloth that's on the floor. And against my better judgment, but needing to know what happened, even though I have a dreadful feeling of who that kid was, I rip off my glove and pick up the cloth.
And with that, go ahead and give me a psychometry roll, please.
Is that the purple dice?
Green, please.
Oh. Ooh, okay. Whoa. Oops, sorry, I did the purple.
What
My
in
bad.
the what?
My bad. Ignore
That's
that.
the purple.
Okay. So then I do a D10 with this. But
Yeah.
yeah.
You would get a bonus on it, but...
Well, why don't...
Oh, that was a D20. Lol. Well. Oh, I guess Garbett did give me a 20 if you're okay with that. Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks, Garbett. So I'm clutching onto this piece of cloth, and I'm kind of just bringing it close, trying to activate all my senses. Just inhale very deeply into this cloth and try to concentrate on what I'm seeing.
So Eva sees not much younger, but a younger Father Joseph in like a laboratory. You're just getting flashes of him with a child, a young boy, very similar features, and like a lot of the time you see him kind of lying on a bed, and Father Joseph's like administering something like a needle or something like that, but smiling down at this boy and like gently patting his head. And then you see a heated argument between I think it's a man maybe you've never seen before, and then also a younger Blackwood. And the three of them, the two of the other men are kind of, it looks like they're accosting him, and then finally, you see a bunch of men, kind of the same robes that you saw before in the white, kind of filing through the lab and just like throwing everything around, lighting shit on fire, and some of the same men taking the boy away, and they're holding down Father Joseph as he's like reaching out for this boy, and they like stick him in a car and they drive away.
You said that Father Joseph was being accosted by Blackwood?
Blackwood and another man you've never seen before.
Okay, that's where the vision ends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I come out of this vision in a gasp and still holding tight onto this cloth with one hand. I get up and stumble over to what I assume is still an unconscious Blackwood. And I grip him by the front of his shirt and say, what the fuck where did you take that boy? What did you do to Father Joseph? Who are you?
He just kind of lulls in your in your grasp, still unconscious.
I'm gonna backhand him right in the face and just be like, "Wake the fuck up!"
As you do this, Deandra kind of steps in.
I'm hysterical. I'm like crying. There's tears running down my face, so that some that I didn't even realize were coming down as I'm shaking this elderly man in my hands.
Deandra kind of pulls you in away from him and says, "There's nothing you can do about what they have done. All you can do is make a decision on what you do next. There is time to think, but for now..."
Where did he go? Where did Father Joe go?
He goes where men go who are lost and think they are finding their way.
He said he'd never leave.
Men lie.
I take a deep breath and I pocket the string, the piece of cloth that Father Joe had, and I put my glove back on, and I roughly wipe the tears away from my face and say, "What more do we have to do? Or are we done here?"
Just help me get him back to the car, she says, gesturing to Blackwood. And then you can make your decision once we get back to town. You both lift him into the wheelbarrow from outside and wheel him bouncing back down the winding trail through the woods to the roadside. As you load him into the back of Deandra's car and pile into the front yourselves, the doors close behind you as Deandra turns the engine on and rolls off back towards the town. It is a quiet drive back to the train station, with only the sounds of the rattling engine and the muffled chorus of the march outside there to break the silence. The car slows and rolls to a stop outside of Arkham Station, and Deandra parks before turning in the bench seat towards you. Here we are. It's time to make your choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the way I see it, if you're smart, you'll exit this car, get on that train and leave tonight and everything that happened before it behind. And maybe one day, in your normal life, you'll wake up and it'll be like all of this was a bad dream. This is, of course, the choice I wish I had when I was your age. But the other choice is, well...
Or
you can come with me, and we can see how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Presumably the half-drinking bottle of cognac is still in the seat that
It's...
Father Joseph occupied.
Yeah, Father Joseph didn't even, finish his glass. It's pretty much full.
Yeah. I take the glass and I tilt it back, just savoring the burn of the alcohol down, and as it turns my stomach, and I try to not heave from it, and I say, well, if it leads me back to that ornery bastard, fine. Let's do it.
She nods and clicks the car back into first gear. And as the tires roll back onto the road towards the city, the taillights disappear into the darkness. And that is our conclusion to our first episode of the third season of Occult Origins.